One man a hold off police for 4 hours. Man a bullet and gun like, wow. And we just a old soldier too, you know. We get deep from Canada more than one time. Yeah, him get deep from Canada and go back to Canada and get deep again. And him come down here now. A simple little thing cause it, you know, simple little thing cause him for dead. But it's the magnitude of him stand off. When him stand off with the police, them have everybody in awe. Yes. The man have fire shot and load up again and fire shot again. They have to send for police from all Kingston. Mandeville to Kingston far, you know. But that is the way to go now, the gun thing. A daughter sent me a video the other day from England with Omar solicit money for help with him bills them where him owe. Because I can't tell me years that them freeze him account with millions of dollars in it. In other words, him can't take out no money out of the account there. So he must get money another way. And he was in the process of building a school. Years me I hear about that school there. School can't done bill yet. Now the problem with it is that the black community vexed with him. And me vexed now too. Because the video where them send come give me is, first of all, some man a debate, some woman and man a debate. Say, how is it that Omar talk about so much black power and advocate black power? And them do have a woman. I don't know how them know that, but them say them have no woman. And as a man who I deal with, you know, family this and family that, at least him should have a woman. But you know what? Him have a video where I go around, where I show him a beg. Well, him not beg, him a solicit $500 for any girl, woman, where want to have dinner or lunch with him. You have to pay $500 to have lunch with Omar Johnson, I tell you. The rain I get heavier and heavier every day, man. And the sun I get hotter and hotter every day. The climate seems to be changing up our way. Yeah. So we have to just watch what we are doing, you understand? Because no man no decide what will happen. When nature ready to do it, I do it, just do it. Or you can do just protect yourself. Or enjoy yourself. Anyone you choose to do. So we are continuing until 2 o'clock with the cutting edge. And we are go through with enough things. Here we go. Need some saving, man. Things can't just go so galang. We need a break, man. So we're going in Manchester in the week, yeah. I tell you. Never know them things that could happen in Jamaica, you know. One man a hold off police for 4 hours. Man a bullet and gun like, wow. And we just a old soldier too, you know. We get deep from Canada more than one time. Yeah, him get deep from Canada and go back to Canada and get deep again. And him come down here now. A simple little thing cause it, you know, simple little thing cause him for dead. But it's the magnitude of him stand off. When him stand off with the police, them have everybody in awe. Yes. The man have fire shot and load up again and fire shot again. They have to send for police from all Kingston. Mandeville to Kingston far, you know. But that is the way to go now, the gun thing. And we feel good for know that the murder rate gone down, you know. And gun crime gone down, you know. But guess what? The gun them still in the hands of the gunman them. The gun them still there. Them not gone nowhere. And more are come too. Yes, more are come. No, we saw one of the greatest footballer come out, well, not one, the greatest footballer come out of Jamaica. Alan Skill Cole, pass away. Me I tell you, me feel it. Me feel it. And a whole heap of younger ones don't know who name so. But it's a man for know. A man for know. I guess a whole heap of one for know say, I can't tell them say was Bob Marley best friend. But putting aside Bob Marley and the music, Skill Cole make him name as a footballer. He go out of Brazil to go play football. The greatest footballer ever come out of Jamaica. Me personally say that. So send condolences to all ones who know say Alan Skill Cole is the greatest footballer come out of Jamaica. Believe you me, it's hot. I don't know if we are going with a brother named Dead Boy, but he might run rampant. Rampant. I will just hear about the next death. Jabook's mother passed away. That we are here. Jabook's mother gone. She's the one where was always around. Anything where you hear say Rasta Africa, she always there. That brother they were named Dead Man. Him just a pick up and go and pick up. You don't know who's next. Sometimes you hear a man go on nice. And you hear him. And then little more you get a phone call. Say, guess who dead? Terrible thing that. Terrible, terrible. Alan Skill Cole, we call him. From them time, the 12 tribe and thing. Yes. So why yell him up? Why yell him up? Yell up him family and friends all over. This is the cutting edge. Oh, I'm going to play a little clip I saw by Umar Johnson. Only if I don't know, they remember, say, I reckon to bring him down for one of the Marcus Garvey thing them. So we're going to play this clip and them say what we're going to say. That's a serious thing. Yeah, we're going to play this clip, yeah.
The National Urban League has recently published its annual report on the state of Black America. The League is one of the oldest research organizations in the Black community, documenting the levels of national oppression and economic exploitation. Its first report was released back in 1976, and it was titled Locked Out, A Message to the Next President, documenting the political and economic struggles that blacks faced at the hands of those who were in the White House and on Wall Street. RT correspondent Ashley Banks gives us insight into what's revealed in the 2016 report.
African Americans remain oppressed and locked out in the U.S. Now, that's according to the National Urban League's recent findings in its annual report on the state of Black America. In 1976, the League released Locked Out, Education, Jobs, and Justice, a message to the next president, which provided evidence to suggest African Americans remain oppressed in the U.S. Now, here we are 40 years later, and despite the fact the first African American president was elected in 2008 and again in 2012, the fundamental problems facing the black population are still unresolved, 151 years after slavery was abolished. The League says overall, African Americans do not have full equality, but only 72% of what whites possess. According to the report, there hasn't been much progress towards economic equality. The black unemployment rate is still twice the rate for whites. Compared to 40 years ago, the income gap has remained unchanged, resting at 60%, and the home ownership rate gap has grown 6%, now standing at 59%. Now, on the other hand, there has been slow progress in reducing the black poverty rate. According to the most recent estimates, the black poverty rate is now 2.4% lower than in 1976. And the League also stated over 1/4 of the African American population remains poverty stricken. The worst state in the U.S. for African American unemployment is Illinois. More specifically, in the city of Chicago, a lot of African Americans are faced with poverty, inequality, and joblessness, giving way to why crime is so high in the city. The Economic Policy Institute conducted a study during the first quarter of 2016. The unemployment rate among blacks living in Illinois was 14.1%. Now that's up from 13.1% during the fourth quarter of 2015, which was the nation's worst African-American unemployment rate. The league's report also provides data that takes a critical look at the lack of progress made during 2 terms of the Obama administration. In 2008 and 2012, African Americans voted overwhelmingly for President Obama, securing his 2 terms in office. The league suggests no matter who is elected to the White House and Congress for 2017, the oppression and exploitation will not go away. In Washington, Ashley Banks, RT.
All of this is racism. But the new racism is to make it look like there is no racism. The new racism is to make it look like there is no racism. That's why Obama was made president. He said he was fighting for a change we can believe in. And that's exactly what you got. Michael Brown, a change you can believe in. Trayvon Martin, a change you can believe in. Worst unemployment rate for black folk in over 30 years, a change you can believe in. Highest dropout rate since the first Bush, a change you can believe in. Because you don't understand white supremacy. You thought voting for Obama meant a change in the American power structure's relationship with the black community. Are you crazy? A change you can believe in. And the saddest thing, what really bothers me about President Obama, he did nothing for black children this whole time he was in office. LGBTQ, gave them landmark registration laws. Gay folk got more progress in 5 years under Obama than black folk got in 500. Illegal immigrants, landmark legislation. Latino, landmark legislation. White women, equal pay act. What did black folks get? Nothing. Just what you deserve. Nothing. Because you don't fall in love with politicians. Big mistake we made. I called it 8 years ago. When Obama get out of office, we're going to be worse off than when he went in because you fallen in love with a politician. That's ignorance. I hope we learned our lesson. You don't fall in love with elected officials. You come to agreements with elected officials, with money and voting power. That's what you do. You use them like they use you. But black folks, politically ignorant as we are, turned it into a religious thing. Voting for Obama became a religious movement. Pastors all across America talking about, yeah, God predicted this. God sent Obama. In the mosque, God sent Obama. I'm tired of it, quite honestly, because we keep letting white folk outthink us. We just keep on letting. They're going to do it again. They say you Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. You go floating again.
Yes, that was Dr. Omar Johnson.
The time on IRI FM is?
Time is 13 minutes to 11 o'clock. So, Omar, as a matter of fact, me and him buck up quite a few places around the world. Two of them on the same programs, a talk with talk. And him is a very popular and eloquent speaker. For those of you who was down Oche, when him talk at the Marcus Garvey celebration, knows him is a very eloquent speaker. No, him is a problem. Omar Johnson is in serious problem, not only with the government, but with the black community in America. Now, I hear Omar talk about the school where I'm going to build. Black school, I'm going to employ here, black teacher, and all the necessary black this and black that. A daughter sent me a video the other day from England with Omar solicit money for help with him bills them where him owe Because I can't tell me years that them freeze him account with millions of dollars in it. In other words, him can't take out no money out of the account there. So he must get money another way. And he was in the process of building a school. Years I hear about that school there. School can't done build yet. Now the problem with it is that the black community vexed with him. I'm vexed now too. Because the video where them send come give me is, first of all, some man at debate, some woman and man at debate, say, how is it that Umar talk about so much black power and advocate black power, and them do have a woman? I don't know them know that, but them say them have no woman. And as a man who I deal with, family this and family that, at least him should have a woman. But you know what? Him have a video where I go around, where I show him a beg, where him not beg, him a solicit $500 for any girl, woman, where want have dinner or lunch with him. You have to pay $500 to have lunch with Omar Johnson, where I tell you, them begs, because everyone knows them reach a level there. The black community, them screw up and them wrench. If you go up on YouTube, you can't see all of them I say on YouTube. Yeah. See? My little sister from England, they sent me this video where he must solicit money from the black community, the female. $500 for have anything, dinner, lunch, anything with Omar Johnson. He mean a problem, big problem, as me say, because them freeze him account them, and the school where I'm supposed to have built for years now, it not done. Because he must stretch him thing where he can't reach it. Yeah, he must stretch it before he start at the ground and go at the top. He want to build the bottom, we go clear up at the top side, we and build it too, same time. So a whole heap of ones that screw with him now. Yeah, a whole heap of ones that screw with him. Say, the amount of money we him charge for speaking engagement, if him just do it, the school, little at a time, the school will have done build and one will have in progress already. Instead of, none of them is not in progress. Him can't continue build the school them because the government frees the money. And the FBI look for him, and that is the bigger part right now. FBI look for him. So we will stay tuned here, we will go on, because as a brethren, we're really eloquent and, speak very out there and forceful. It's very difficult for years, them twine him up and make the black community turn against him that way there, So we will just watch what will happen right there, so. Why them easy to get trick. You have some people, if you might defend a political party, the leader can't do nothing wrong, even if it had clear in his face, he might do something wrong. Him not going to say it because them fall in love with them politician. And I tell you, things not easy and things not right now. Trust me. Because each one must teach one. Listen to them lyrics there, Very profound. Very profound. We love it. We see where things kind of settle down right now after the election. So people are waiting now for hear who is this, who's the minister of that, who's the minister of this, and who's the minister of that. But as I say, people in Jamaica don't vote for the party, them vote for who them want to be prime minister. That is where them are deal with. Them vote for an individual, not the party we are going to lead them for the next 5 years. And now we say the same leader for the same party are going to lead the country again for the next 5 years. With all the argument surround him, we still say the people them go vote for him. And we realize again that the majority of people stay away and never go vote. Yeah, as we have said, the people them never go vote in them Joes, even though the rallying for this election was heightened by all sorts of things, both on the radio, in the street. People that believe say the voting will be at least 60%, but it reached down to 30%. And now they have to go sit down with them, this and them that, and figure out why is it that Jamaican people not voting as how them supposed to vote. Them not have to go sit down and reason about it. We can't tell them, you know. Them not have to go pay people for sit down now and figure out why them never vote, why the people them never vote, because most of the people them don't trust the two party them. Simple. Them don't trust the two party them, that's why them don't vote. And unless we can say something that is dramatically changing the mindset of the people them as it relates to voting for a political party, you're going to continue to see it. As a matter of fact, it might go down even more, but I'm not going to say that. Because many things that more people that go vote that when I say, when them say 30%, 38% vote, I think say we're going to see more than that. Well, everybody will feel so wrong. With all the alabaloo and the this and the that, the people them sit down in the yard are going to find some dance and party to keep and go like say them vote. It's a weird situation. Weird situation. Here we go. I say I'm not supposed to do that, you know. But them continue to do it. The same thing happen every year as school open September morning. Them lock out, picnic out of school. The school where I do that, them should have charged the principal. Them should have charged him or her. Because it is illegal to do that. And the same argument again about here and this and that. I mean, I hear say them turn back her daughter because her shoes cover her ankle. Her ankle them call down there so. Yeah. It's like Shavana boots. Yeah, it's like Shavana boots, them turn her back. What kind of madness is that? What the shoes have to do with your education? And then now, them are forced to pick them who is not of a Christian background to take devotion. Them are forced to pick them for that. If you say he's a Muslim or a Rasta, them say you have to go in on the devotion. What is that all about? Jamaica is not a monotheistic society again, you know, where you just have one religion. You have so much different people now. I grew up them picnic in a different religious practice and belief. That you can't have a devotion. And because you're a Christian now, you have forced picnic for God devotion. It's madness. It's madness. Maybe you can't do it them time there. But now that different era we live in. And these school teachers and principals must face up to the reality. A whole heap of picnic come from a home that is not a Christian home. And it don't mean say it's a terrible home that. It's just that it's not a Christian home. That is past, that gone past your right as a citizen to practice your religion. And I force people for going to feed them religion. That is why they don't like Rasta. Because Rasta no only believe something, but them show it outwardly too. Yes. Because you have some people believe this, but him keep it in. A whole heap of Rasta youth now, them ear locks. And them go to school. And them no dons. Me don't know what dons Rasta youth yet. Me never say I hear a dons Rasta youth. Yet, Rasta youth, them are always advanced in certain things. So I don't understand why we have to go through the same thing over and over and over. Every September. Every September, the same thing come around. It's a serious thing. Serious thing. And them not take it seriously, you know. Because if the government did do something about it, seriously, it should have stopped, you know. Yes, it should have stopped. You can't force people to go to school and then I tell them have to go to devotion and them are not Christian and them not come from no Christian home. Because them people there wouldn't like no say a Rasta function and keep and them Christian picnic gone at the Rasta function. Them would have licked them from here to today, so. So why we have to go through that all the while? All the while we have to go through it. Why? Why? I call upon all of the parents them who have them picnic with locks to go to school. Carry them to the school. Even though them actually say no, them have a bus to carry people to go to school. If you carry them go to school and create a scene, if you go to school and the gate lock, create a scene. Yeah, that's the only way you're going to get some recognition toward that argument about locks this and locks that and locks this. It's madness. Total madness. And you have school who allow locks in the school, you know. But a whole heap of them school there, them eat Rasta so much, man. May I tell you? It's that. I say certain things, man, that's really, you know, they lock up the radar, you know. Yeah, then they lock down the radar. So I'm not going to say it, but how them stay so against Rasta? You know, why them up here talk about lice and junjo and, you know, your ear no well-groomed? What is a well-groomed ear? The old people ball off them in the part of school think that's part of the thing. Say you can't come to school bald head, shave off the whole of your ear off of your head. Why you can't go to school that way? But you can't go to school with your ear on your head. I mean, really? Always steal away there. May I ask the question over how this could take no cracks in our government. They must say it's an infringement against people's right as a citizen and them children for continuously and do the same thing over and over and over. And the government just sit down there like them don't have no balls, man. Them don't have no balls. Them make the teacher them a dictate. Granted that some school have them law and govern, but yeah, of course, but you can't force picnic for go a devotion in the morning, and I just Christianity you preach to them, and them grow up in a home where don't have no Christianity concept in them home, and maybe them all pray before them come at school, you know, in them Rasta way. Or them Muslim way. And you have force people from Islam now for go pray to Jesus. When you know say you and Jesus are not friend. And I'm a beg if you have a friend in Jesus. That terrible thing.
You ever heard of the Zong massacre? It was the deliberate killing of over 130 slaves by throwing them overboard into the ocean. But what's even worse is why they did it. No, that is... The Zong was the name of a British slave ship traveling across the Atlantic carrying 442 African slaves, way over their capacity because they were trying to maximize on their profitability. Things took a turn for the worse when the captain miscalculated. The route was going to take longer than they originally anticipated. So now supplies are running low. To make matters worse, the slaves were starting to get sick. So instead of arriving at the port and losing money because of having weak and sick slaves, the captain decided it would be better to throw the slaves overboard because drowned slaves could be claimed on your insurance, but sick or dead ones would be worthless. So over the course of several days, the crew chained, gagged, and threw at least 122 men, women, and children into the ocean. Husbands, wives, children, babies. And another 10 jumped into the ocean on their own, choosing suicide over being murdered or being slaves. Can't even imagine. The Zong ship reached its destination and filed an insurance claim for lost cargo. They wanted money for the people that they murdered. And the case actually went to court, but not over the murder of all these people, but for the insurance claim itself. The court found that the insurance company was liable for the damages because as enslaved people, they were the same as any other cargo.
So we're going to play a clip, I see, and I don't know if it's too long, but I find it interesting, and I think you better put a mastic in your eye, you know. I go drink some hot water or something, because I'm going to play it. I really want you to take it in and listen carefully to what the man I talk about. Listen.
What if the history you were taught was a carefully crafted story, a tale designed to conceal some of the most monstrous acts ever committed in the name of God? We're raised to see institutions of faith as pillars of morality, as beacons of compassion. We're told stories of saints, martyrs, charity, and salvation, but beneath that pristine surface lies a history so brutal, so drenched in blood, and so defined by hypocrisy that it's been deliberately buried, fragmented, and forgotten. This isn't a story about faith. It's a story about power, the kind of power institutions wield and the horrific lengths they'll go to in order to keep it. It's about what happens when dogma becomes more valuable than human life, when blind obedience is demanded over critical thought, and when those in charge decide they are no longer accountable to the very morals they preach. For centuries, many of these stories were dismissed as biased, exaggerated, or just propaganda. But the evidence, carved into the stone of history and written in the blood of its victims, is undeniable. These weren't just isolated incidents. They were part of a chilling pattern of suppression, violence, and control, carried out by an institution that claimed to hold the keys to heaven, while often creating a living hell right here on Earth. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain. We're digging through the mass graves of history to uncover 5 cruel truths the church desperately tried to hide. What you're about to hear isn't for the faint of heart. It will challenge what you think you know, and it will force you to ask some uncomfortable questions about power, belief, and the dark underbelly of human history. In the year 1209, a massive crusader army, blessed by the most powerful man in Europe, Pope Innocent III, stood before the fortified city of Béziers in southern France. Their mission wasn't to fight a foreign enemy, but to exterminate a group of fellow Christians, the Cathars, whose beliefs were labeled heretical. As the city's defenses started to crumble, the soldiers had a question. The city was a mix of Catholics and Cathars living side by side. How were they supposed to tell the faithful from the heretics? The papal legate, Abbot Arnaud Amalric, gave a reply that is echoed through the centuries as one of history's most chilling commands. Caede teos, novit enim dominus qui sunt eius. Kill them all. God will know his own. While many historians doubt Amalric uttered these exact words, what happened next is not in dispute. The crusading army poured into the city and unleashed a hurricane of violence. They didn't distinguish between Catholic and Cathar, man or woman, adult or child. Those who sought refuge in the city's churches were slaughtered where they huddled, the sanctuary floors running red with their blood. In a letter to the Pope, Amalric himself boasted that his forces put to the sword nearly 20,000 people, a number modern historians believe is an exaggeration, though the true death toll was still in the thousands. The city of Béziers wasn't just conquered, it was erased. This act of methodical, unrestrained slaughter was not an anomaly. It was the opening act of our first cruel truth. The massacre at Béziers was just the beginning of a 2-decade campaign of terror known as the Albigensian Crusade, a holy war waged by Christians against Christians from 1209 to 1229. This wasn't a fight to reclaim some distant holy land. It was a brutal internal purge designed to wipe out a thriving Christian movement that challenged the authority and wealth of the Catholic Church. The Cathars, also known as the Albigensians, were centered in the Languedoc region of what is now southern France. Their faith was starkly different from Roman Catholicism. They were dualists who believed the material world was an evil creation, a prison for the soul. They rejected the Church's sacraments, its hierarchy of priests and bishops, and its massive accumulation of wealth. Their leaders, known as perfects, lived lives of poverty and nonviolence, which stood in stark contrast to the perceived corruption of the local Catholic clergy. This wasn't just a theological disagreement. It was a direct threat to the power of the medieval church and the French crown. Pope Innocent III saw Catharism as a cancer that had to be cut out. After his legate, Pierre de Castelnau, was murdered in 1208, an act he blamed on a Cathar-sympathizing count, Innocent III did something unprecedented. He declared a crusade inside Christendom itself. He offered the same remission of sins to those who fought the heretics in France as those fighting in the Holy Land, and, even more enticingly, offered the lands of heretical lords to any French nobleman willing to take up arms. It was a holy war, and a land grab rolled into one. Led by the ruthless Simon de Montfort, the crusade continued its bloody march. At the siege of Minerve in 1210, 140 Cathar perfects who refused to renounce their faith walked into a massive pyre and were burned alive. At Marmande, the population was massacred. While some early sources claim death tolls as high as 1 million, most modern historians believe these numbers are speculative. Still, the war was an act of extreme brutality over 2 decades, which systematically destroyed the unique culture of the Languedoc region. The crusade also laid the groundwork for one of the Church's most feared institutions, the Inquisition. Established to root out any last traces of heresy, the Albigensian Crusade is a horrifying testament to the fact that, for the institutional church, the greatest enemy wasn't always a foreign threat, but any Christian who dared to imagine a different path to God. But the horrors didn't stop there. Our next truth takes us from a war against a community to the targeted destruction of a single, brilliant mind. A woman whose very existence was a threat. In the early 5th century, Alexandria, Egypt was the intellectual capital of the Roman world, and at the center of its academic life was a woman of towering intellect, Hypatia. Born around 355 CE, she was a philosopher, mathematician, and astronomer, a charismatic teacher who drew students from across the empire. She was a symbol of the classical world's commitment to reason and inquiry. But Hypatia lived in a city that was tearing itself apart. The old pagan traditions were being aggressively replaced by a newly empowered and often militant Christianity. In 412, a man named Cyril became the Bishop of Alexandria. Determined to stamp out any threat to Christian dominance, Hypatia, a respected pagan intellectual, got caught in a bitter political feud between Cyril and the city's Roman prefect, Orestes. Orestes admired Hypatia and often sought her counsel, which infuriated Cyril and his supporters. They saw her as a wicked sorceress who was preventing the governor from reconciling with the bishop. She became the scapegoat for the political gridlock, a symbol of the pagan intellectualism that Cyril wanted to destroy. The hatred boiled over in March of 415. As Hypatia was traveling home, she was ambushed by a mob led by a church official named Peter. This mob, made up of fanatical monks associated with Cyril's faction, dragged the philosopher from her carriage and hauled her to a former pagan temple that had been converted into a Christian church. Inside, they committed an act of unimaginable barbarity. They stripped her naked, and as the 5th century historian Socrates Scholasticus recorded, murdered her using ostraca, sharp shards of pottery or roof tiles. Some accounts say they scraped the flesh from her bones while she was still alive, though historians debate the precise grisly details. Her dismembered body was then dragged through the streets and burned. Hypatia's murder was a political assassination and an act of cultural annihilation. It sent a clear message: the age of classical reason was over, and the age of dogma had begun. The intellectual life of Alexandria began a long decline. While Cyril's direct order for the murder can't be proven, the crime was committed by his followers against his chief political rival's advisor. He was later made a saint, his legacy secured by the church, while Hypatia's story was largely suppressed. A terrifying example of the church silencing not just ideas, but the very people who championed them. This impulse to punish those deemed impure wouldn't end in the ancient world. Centuries later, it resurfaced in a modern and insidious form, targeting not philosophers, but tens of thousands of ordinary women. For most of the 20th century, hidden behind high walls and a veneer of Catholic charity, a system of brutal incarceration and forced labor flourished across Ireland. From 1922 until 1996, thousands of girls and women were imprisoned in institutions known as the Magdalen Laundries, while the official 2013 Irish government inquiry, known as the Macaleese Report, documented over 10,000 women. Many estimates place the total number as high as 30,000. These weren't prisons or asylums. They were workhouses run by religious orders, where inmates were stripped of their names and freedom, forced into grueling, unpaid labor. Who were these women? They were so-called fallen women, a chillingly broad category that could include unmarried mothers, victims of sexual assault, or even those just considered too rebellious or pretty for Ireland's conservative society. Some were sent by their families, others by priests or police. The Macaleese Report confirmed that the state was deeply involved, referring over a quarter of the documented cases. On entry, a woman's life was erased. Her name was changed, her hair cut short, and her clothes replaced with a drab uniform. Communication with the outside world was cut off. The work was relentless. 6 days a week, the women toiled in industrial laundries, washing clothes for paying customers that included government departments and businesses. The conditions were hellish: steam, caustic chemicals, and dangerous machinery. Survivors recall being forbidden to speak for long stretches of the day, with any rule breaking met with cruel punishments like solitary confinement or food deprivation. While the Macaleese Report highlighted psychological abuse, it found no evidence of regular physical or sexual abuse, a finding that many survivors and their advocates fiercely dispute. This system of what many have called religious-run slavery was an open secret, enabled by a quiet conspiracy of church, state, and society. The truth only began to surface in 1993 when a convent sold land and developers discovered a mass, unmarked grave of 155 women. This cracked open the wall of silence, leading to investigations and in 2013 a formal state apology. A compensation fund was set up, but the religious orders that ran the laundries and profited from the women's labor have consistently refused to contribute. It's a horrifying chapter where, under the guise of charity, the church and state collaborated to operate a network of abusive workhouses, shattering thousands of lives. This model of using faith-based institutions for forced assimilation was not unique to Ireland. Across the Atlantic, a similar and even deadlier system was deployed against an entire population of children. From the 1880s until 1997, the Canadian government, in partnership with Christian churches, operated a network of mandatory boarding schools for Indigenous children. Over 150,000 First Nations, Métis, and Inuit children were forcibly taken from their families and sent to these schools. The stated goal was assimilation. The reality, as one government official put it, was to get rid of the Indian problem by killing the Indian in the child. On arrival, children were plunged into an alien world. They were stripped of their clothes, their hair was cut, and they were forbidden, often under threat of severe beatings, from speaking their native languages or practicing their traditions. Siblings were separated. They were taught that their culture, their parents, and their entire way of life were savage and inferior. Life in the schools was a nightmare of neglect and abuse. They were underfunded, overcrowded, and rife with disease like tuberculosis. Malnutrition was rampant. The death rates were staggering. Children who died were often buried in unmarked graves on school grounds, their parents never notified, simply to save money. Beyond neglect, children endured horrific physical, emotional, and staff abuse from the priests, nuns, and staff. In 2015, Canada's Truth and Reconciliation Commission, TRC, concluded its investigation after hearing from nearly 7,000 survivors. Its final report described the system as cultural genocide. It documented over 3,200 deaths, but noted the true number is likely far higher due to destroyed records. In recent years, this grim history has been literally unearthed. Beginning in 2021, First Nations using ground-penetrating radar began detecting what are believed to be thousands of potential unmarked graves on the grounds of former schools. While these sites require further forensic investigation and few excavations have occurred as of mid-2025, the findings corroborate the survivors' decades-old stories of children who went to school and simply vanished. For over a century, the church acted as the willing agent of the state's devastating policy, using the cross as a cudgel to shatter families, destroy cultures, and erase identities. The persecution of dissenters is a recurring theme. Long before the schools of Canada, another group of Christians faced extermination for the simple crime of wanting to read the Bible for themselves. Long before Martin Luther, a reform movement was already sweeping across Europe, and the church was trying to extinguish it with fire and sword. This is the story of the Waldensians, one of the earliest and most brutally persecuted proto-Protestant movements. It started around 1173 with a wealthy merchant from Lyon, France, named Peter Waldo. After a spiritual crisis, he gave away his possessions and began to preach a message of poverty and simplicity, commissioning a translation of the New Testament into the local language so that ordinary people could read it. His followers, known as the Poor of Lyon, traveled as itinerant preachers. At first, they wanted to reform the church from within. But the church hierarchy was threatened by their use of a non-Latin Bible and their practice of allowing lay people, including women, to preach. This challenged the church's monopoly on scripture and authority. In 1184, the Waldensians were excommunicated and branded heretics. This decree unleashed centuries of relentless persecution. The Waldensians were hunted by the Inquisition and forced to flee into remote alpine valleys in France and Italy. Their crimes included rejecting the veneration of saints and, most damningly, reading the Bible in their own language. The persecutions were horrific. In 1211, over 80 Waldensians were burned at the stake. One of the most infamous episodes was the massacre of Merindal in 1545. After the Waldensians aligned themselves with the Protestant Reformation, King Francis I of France ordered them punished. Royal troops descended on their villages, slaughtering an estimated 3,000 people and devastating 22 villages. For centuries, they endured massacres, forced conversions, and oppression. Their children were sometimes kidnapped to be raised Catholic. And yet, they persevered. The Waldensians are a stark and bloody example of the Church's willingness to use extreme violence, not against an external enemy, but to crush internal dissent and maintain absolute control over scripture, doctrine, and power. We have journeyed through some of the darkest chapters of institutional history. We've stood in the ashes of Bessiers, where thousands of Christians were slaughtered by other Christians. We've witnessed the murder of Hypatia, a scholar killed by a mob in a city being violently reshaped by religious dogma. We've looked into the oppressive laundries of Ireland, where the church and state enslaved thousands of women. We've walked the quiet grounds of Canada's residential schools, where the church was an agent of cultural genocide. And we've hidden with the Waldensians, a people hunted for centuries for daring to read the Bible themselves. These 5 truths aren't just isolated events. They reveal a disturbing pattern, faith being used as a justification for power, control, and violence. They show what happens when an institution places its own authority and ambitions above the core principles of compassion and humanity that it claims to represent. This is not an attack on individual faith, nor is it meant to erase the countless acts of good done by people of faith. It is, however, an unflinching look at the institutional shadow of the Church. A shadow filled with victims whose stories were deliberately silenced, buried, and denied. To ignore this history is to accept a sanitized version of the past.
Dreadlocks. Yes, Ill.
Yeah, man, morning, Muta.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, man, I'm interested in how let them hear. Yeah, man, interested in Muta, man. Very important message a while ago. But Muta, I hope black people use them head now, you know, because not sitting down and expect nobody to come save them or help them, you know, Muta. I want them see them thing and listen to them thing where you put the education to them, you know. But where it's still tough, very, very tough, Muta. I hope you repeat that again. Because anything to do with black, wherever they find the bottom of the stream, everything you can, I tell you, over and over, none of them are there for help, promote and save. None of them. None, because look at it now. Where US have 1 million shipping in the Caribbean water. 1 million? Yeah. Well, I exaggerate, Muta.
No, but I don't exaggerate, man. Where I exaggerate for?
I don't have
one. But I just tell them I want to pass ship in the Caribbean water.
And a ship. Like a boat with a level crew. Them use a missile and blow it out of water. Then they use a curl ship, Muta. Because you hear them now? They must stop drugs from coming at US. The president of US, Muta, go check him father history. So white people can't get out anything. Go check him father history, Muta, and him inherit that. But you see them as the black people involved in them things that can't inherit it. Blow it out at sea without no investigation and no proof. So this ship is a drug ship. So that means nobody are doing a fishing or a go.
One boat, you know, that ship is a boat.
A boat, all right, Muta. Because I feel them more interest. And when them get them guns through them wharf and them airport and come flood Jamaican sure, nothing just dead some water. It just dead some, but he might talk about drugs, but you know, film objective are really Venezuela. Then you have like a idiot country, France are come China. Well, France are doing our water. And we can't go after them country. Well,
then the Prime Minister of Trinidad say, to kill them all. Kill them all.
The water, may I tell you, man. I tell you. No, you have a man now, one man, a man. One man, the motor. You couldn't, I don't know, because Never there. You could surround the house and full it of tear gas. Anything to do with black people just dead like nothing. I have a machine now, them have evidence down the motor, so the machine costs $4 million, you know. And nobody can sell about 27 million now.
What kind of machine you talk about?
The same machine where they say 31 million. It's evidence now them get the code and them saying the body, I forgot to get the code, can't look it up. 4 million for the machine motor. And them say 31 million and it just dead so. But you make one black man go scam and so much police go to kill him. And when these guys when they kill him, the police are jump them house, them fence and go shoot them down like that. It's just business as usual. So everything black people do, black people, they are in the scale. You understand? One man in a Mandeville motor, you can't curl the house and sit down and say, all right, me so long, you can't cut off the light, you can't cut off the water, you can't fall in there with tear gas stream run out. You have to kill him in there like dog. One much bag of police, one man. You understand? And you say, I saw we get some bloodthirsty or blood hungry. Everything just business as usual. You understand? 31 million motor. And when you check it out at 4 million feet and a Badness to nothing. Up until this very minute election, come 1 week now. And we can't hear about $3 trillion or $3 billion. It just goes up. And you make one black man go grab one bag. And so I'm going to say try it no motor. And so people running down and mob him and kill him like dogs. Because him life worthless, it don't worth nothing. You understand? Yeah. And you're there. And we're there, sit down, boy. We are waiting for this to come save and deliver. Nah, go happen. It will never happen. Black people, you have to deliver yourself. And from my boy, me here, we used to have this Rasta. And a Rasta become see. I said things before. I ain't talking now. Yeah. Nobody now deliver with. Now I got my motor. All right. Big up to Raspal and Mandeville. Now I got me here motor. All good right, night, sir.
Give thanks, man. Give thanks. Yes. By the way, the man who the Virgin attack was an old soldier, you know. And the mountain bullet to me, you say, my brother house there. And he kind of gun them. I don't know if them could have stayed near and throw tear gas in another place there. I don't think him open it up for tear gas come inside it still. As me I say, that trained man. A 2 times I scan them send him out of Canada and him enter again and them send him out again. End up at Jamaica. Some serious kind of gun. Serious kind of gun, me I tell you. I don't know. These things is getting away. The man them have some gun out there where the policeman them have say, we don't know dead or alive, thinking about dead we are work with. Hello? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blessed man.
Yeah, man, give thanks, man. Yeah, man, I sat defeat the lady there up at Portland, man.
Oh? I sat. Oh, yeah. The queen.
Yeah, man, no people never believe that I sat would have do that, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, well, they never know such will happen. They never know.
Yeah, big surprise.
Yeah, big surprise.
Yeah, man, fantastic, man. I sat a great virgin, you see. Yeah, man, that's why I see the Labour Party when I try fighting out of politics, you know, because so they know they're powerful.
When you see them fighting out of politics, what do they do?
No, the time they say enough to enter politics to go to prison and then thing and then charge.
Yeah, well, him come out and turn liar.
Yeah, man, yeah. So man,
one of the biggest cases in Jamaica.
Yeah, brilliant and it's fearless still.
Yeah, so.
Certain cases, certain liar afraid to take up him take you up and deal with it. Because it's smart, no, because he got Portland go live, no. And them amongst the people, them, man. Yeah, and the people say, well, I deal with that thing. Yeah, man, so they give ratings to that still kind of a good plan, and then we are there and treat the people, them good over there.
All right.
Yeah, man, in kind to the people, them, man, enough of people that can afford certain cases.
So where you live?
St. Bess, man.
Oh, St. Elizabeth you live?
Yeah, man, but I have links all around.
Okay.
Check it, I go and see him yesterday, you see it.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, man, informative like that, you see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, but so St. Elizabeth still, over the years, the politician never promised the water. And if you run through the place and so I say, no, then go out with nothing, I don't know. So the grassroots farmer, them, still hard on them right now, because they buy the water expensive. See, to maintain it, yeah. Terrible, man, right now. Black drum and then big drum, they had them, then truck, they had them big water drum, where they make to know, they want to have 20,000 a load. Yeah, man, and I say
how much gallon that? 20? How much gallon?
I think, I don't remember now still, but I hold for gallon still, because I don't know, so the smaller plastic than the white plastic we hold about 5 drum, then one they have 2-5.
That now work out nothing for the farmer.
You see,
them
that
plastic
kind of
one, they now work out for farmer.
No, because when you check it out, still it's expensive. Still, but to certain people can't afford the big load still, so they have to go and work with that.
Work with that, yeah. I have two, down at St. Elizabeth, they are 800 gallon. Each of them run 800 gallon.
Then I believe there.
Yeah, you know me live, man.
You want me here, you want a long time, you say, oh, it's a believe there, man.
Yeah, man, right on the hill, catch up on the hillside there.
Yeah, man, come here. Our sister Ellie Skelly went talk about it one of them.
She come down there, man. She come down there, come see you one time with me.
Yeah. And she said, to sleep in the hammock and then
outside she sleep too.
Yeah, outside. The vibe is nicer and thing, man. She enjoy the vibe.
Yeah, man.
So from 2002, you build a house down there.
2002? No, man.
Yeah, I think.
2020. Oh, no, I remember 2000.
Yeah, man, a long time I hear about that, man.
2000.
Yeah, I think so. Come here, mention at the apartment and buy the material and farm.
Oh, you know her too.
The apartment of a south for you.
No, I know which part you live, but I said, you know them. Which part of St. Elizabeth you live?
You know, we live in one district near Cheral, nearby Junction, nearby Ballard's Valley, that's all.
Oh, we up there, so.
Yeah, man. So when you come at St. You come to Junction Town and come up the road.
Yeah, man, that's how we drive, man.
Yeah, man.
We reach Billy's Bay. You can't drive the other way too, you know, but that have to go around. If you come from Black River, you drive the other way. But, yeah,
man, like you go Santa them place.
Yeah. And we have to move.
Yeah, man, give thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Blessed Lord Muta.
Blessed.
Boy, give thanks, for RFM. And I think thanks for I, like you, and Kabu. And the other young people at RFM who promote a black African consciousness. Not a black consciousness, a black African consciousness.
Yeah, give thanks.
I have, one and two who now work with the program still, young ones. And because of the music they might play.
Yes, I understand that.
Yes, and I don't know, I hope that just like how them have ropes to the curling you and Kabul. I wish they would have some lassos to curling them other ones them. Who
rope them in.
A drop off the station as far as I'm concerned. With the music them playing.
Okay,
as a matter of fact, it's not music.
Yeah. Well, say too much height that you say. Too much height that you say. Too much.
Too much of it. Them, no, man. You know, okay, I'm an elder like yourself, so I come with Irie from Irie Start.
Yeah.
And there was a purpose to Irie. And I don't want to see the young people them come and water down the purpose.
Yeah.
Because the purpose to Irie is the foundation of we as Jamaican people.
Yeah.
They need to understand that. It's like they don't understand that. They want to bring in the American water down business. But I don't really want to pay on that still.
Yeah.
You know? But I want to commend Irie as a station, and I want to commend all the people at Irie, not only those who we hear, but those who we don't hear.
Yeah.
I just want to commend them. And big them up. Because people now big up people them now. You know? So I just want to big them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Muta.
Blessed Mandingo.
I tell you, man, Muta, I never know how I hear such sad news Tuesday the 9th of September that my good brethren from the Champion College School years, Alan Skillcool, died. You know? I tell them I feel it because we always keep in touch, you know, from I tell you, man. Because me and Alan talk all the while, you know, and up to the other day, I said to him, remember to finish the book, you know. And him say it practically complete. So me I look forward now for the book published, and when him come on tour of England, me help him with the promotion of it, you know, man. I tell you, man, Alan, man, greatest Jamaican footballer ever, man. Intelligent, educated, brethren, man.
Undisputed. Nobody can dispute that.
Yeah, man. The only Jamaican to play professional football in Brazil. When Brazil are #1 football superpower, man. Yeah, Pele love him and rate him. We all have know that, man. We feel it. Muta, me I tell you, man. Cry. Man. Yeah, man. You know, so to all of we who love Alan Skillcool, man, love always and forever. You know, and I hope that the book will be published because I'm saying it finished really technically, you know, just some little, you know, tidying up and thing, you know what I mean? So you're going to keep in touch with that concern. So love you, Alan. Bridget, man, him talk all the while on the phone, man, and it's always a joy and thing, you know? Yes, I am. And I tell you, man, a pure travel turmoil in London, yeah, man, because all of the underground tube driver them got them on strike from last week, Sunday. And it now go stop. Yes, and it now go stop until 8 o'clock in the morning time, Friday coming. So I say a journey would have take maybe a half hour or hour. All I take 4 or 5 hours by bus on the road because
black up.
Yes, man, may I tell you, man, and it go to show you the transport system is so fragile that with the tube drivers them on strike. Oh, everything in a turmoil, man. Everything in a turmoil.
What them strike for?
Them say them want a 4-day week, not a 5-day week, you know, 4-day week of 32 hours. That is would be 8 hours a day. And that them want more pay too. And them saying that the workload on them is more because 2,000 of the staff have been
fired,
laid off. Yes, so there is more pressure upon those who are left and that type of thing, you know. But you have some people who are say them greedy because now go check out the figures them exactly. Say that the tube drivers them get more than bus drivers. That them get about £70,000 a month. Yeah. Not a month, 50,000 a year.
a
year.
You
work out to roughly 6,000 a month. So even with taxes, that is good money still, you know what I mean? You know? Yeah, man, but it's chaos, man. Because the easiest and best way to move around London is to use the tube.
Yeah.
To use the tube. Because if you have a car or so,
traffic jam up all in central London.
Jam, yes.
All in central London, them are terrible.
Ticket, terrible. Congestion charge, all kind of things. The tube is the easiest thing. And from the driver, it just show how fragile the system is there. You know? Definitely show how fragile the system is. And then, talking about the election there in Jamaica, you know, it's still the same trend, you know. I mean, PNP did have 14 seats before, but now them gone to 28, while GLP is 35. But guess what, Muta, as people must realize, in terms of the popular vote, the GLP only get 10,000 and a little bit more voters than the PNP, you know. To show that people don't really see no difference between the PNP and GLP as me and you know.
Well, you see, I know the majority vote, a 38% vote.
Precisely 39.something% vote. Exactly. So about 70%. The vast majority who can vote don't vote because look at the PNP and GLP in this. Them not have no difference in them ideological thing, man. Economics and politics and otherwise. Are the same thing. 6 or 1 half a dozen of the other. And same way you have the corrupt scandal and thieving with GLP. You have it with PNP too. In a PNP time with traffic euro scandal, the Cuban light bulb business, and remember all PJ parties so did have to resign by Michael Mandeville with the Shell waiver scandal. So both of them have them Ray and where Jamaica need, as you and I know, man, is a Marcus Garvey Pan-Africanist party to deal with the real needs and interests of people in Jamaica.
They have a party, they have a PPP. They have a PPP. I'm more than 2 parties running an election, you know.
Yes, I know. Them had about 5 and them thing there, but we need to have a proper Marcus Garvey Pan-Africanist Party, PPP, where properly organized and do things, man. You know what I mean? Real. Because the majority of the people don't see nothing, currently don't see no difference between PNP and GLP. And let me say this too, with Alan Skillcole. You know, me said to him, Alan, how the Jamaica government not give you no award? And he must say,
never take it.
Yeah, he said Babsy half of the OD and thing, you know.
Yeah, never take it.
Yeah, may I tell you this straight. He say Mandingo or Pele as he know me from Champion. He say, listen, man, for when me do as a youth in a Jamaica, youngest represent Jamaica in the world, that's inside and thing. Me supposed to get more than OD, man. Alan tell me that. He said straight, he said that's why I'm turning it down. He said me supposed to get, for when me accomplish the Jamaica football, nationally and internationally. He's supposed to get more than OB, man. Alan will tell me that. And I agree with him. I agree with him, man. Fully. Yeah, man. Which OD? You know what I mean? You know? I tell you. And we see in the world, you see how Trump tell Netanyahu them go ahead with the attack there in the Qatar while pretending for them want to have peace. And them turn around and say them not like it. Them turn around and say them not like it. Yes. The Trump and Starmer in Britain and the rest of the EU, them without them, the Israelis couldn't be doing what them doing in Gaza and the West Bank. Me and you know that. And it's direct genocide that go on. But at the same time, we as Africans can't forget the genocide business motor. We are going in the Sudan too. South Sudan. Yeah, against our African people by the racist Arab Muslims them too.
And in the Congo too.
And in the Congo too, exactly. Because we as Africans must not be detracted by atrocities and genocide occurring elsewhere. And our own African race, as you say, in the Congo and in the Sudan, is going like almost ignored. And what our people in the Sudan need are guns and ammunition to protect themselves against the racist Arab, Muslim, Janjaweed militia who are murder and rape and kill our people, men, women, boys and girls. Because it's only military arms are going to protect and save them lives, as simple as that. I don't know, religion and pray to know nothing. They have to defend themselves. We have to find ways and means to give our people arms in the Sudan to protect themselves, man. And the wealth of Africa must be used to benefit our people as African people, because you and Cabo, Push and I and others as Pan-Africanists, Africa is the richest continent on planet Earth. Means that if things were going the right way, which them are to go, we as Africans would have the highest standard of living in the world, because we have the richest continent. But the racists, non-African, them no want that, you know. And all the boy Bill Gates are push the deep population genocide business, the tablets and them thing they reduce our population to kill out our people. And any regime in Africa will support Bill Gates with population reduction of our race. We have to overthrow and get rid of them, man. Straight up, every time. Every time. You know what I mean? And things. Yeah, man. So people them in a Britain, as me I say, really feel economic pressure. And you hear them in a talk about people that come across from France and them thing there. All them are do. The people them still coming across on boats, motor. The people them still coming across on boats. And all them are try to prevent also shipments of cocaine and them thing there coming into Britain. Still are coming. The British Navy and
which part did that come from? Which part the drugs are come from? Which part the drugs are come from in England?
Them just coming through all of the imaginable ports them. That them coming through mostly, through ports and things. It's a flood, man. It not stop. You know? There are drugs and things, you know? It's a flood. You see? So it's a serious problem, you know? And the same problem them having at the States, you know? I mean,
them have a terrible.
All them are doing at the States.
Fentanyl, they'll get them out bad. Fentanyl, them have up there, the fentanyl. I said, they pronounce it fentanyl. Fentanyl, man, fentanyl.
Yes.
No, man, I said that affect them now more than any other thing.
Yes, the drugs thing there is a serious problem, you know. But you know, poetic justice, you know. You remember when all Britain, for example, and all states too, them bringing drugs in our countries and in all our communities in the states for all.
Yeah, man.
Try to kill out black power at the time. So, them are reap with them so.
England used to sell drugs up front, you know.
Yes, man. Then them wage war against the Chinese empire and the government. Opium war, man, to force them for opium to be sold when the Chinese emperor and the government have said no. Yes.
Only people don't remember that.
Yes,
so England used to sell drugs.
But we have made them know that the opium war, the wage war, to force the selling of opium, which was destroying Chinese. So a reaction, karma, them a get back where them put out on them thing there. You know what I mean? You know?
All right, so give thanks.
Yeah, blessed love and keep strong and what are we bury the son and all that skill call who I didn't make him come play football at the technical garden. All an evening attack, Bob Bap and him say how him did bring him to come play a very technical and get him to play for Santos and Jamaica and watch the Alan Gan join him now and thing. But Blessed love, Bob Campbell, Alan Zohar, who was buried on Sunday. And Alan still called my brother, love you always and forever. I, known as Pele Campion College. To all of us Campion Collegeites, Carltonians and the whole away. Love you every time. See? Right, every time. Blessed love.
The time on Irie FM is...
Time is 12 minutes to 1 o'clock. Go there with you upon the cotton. Yes,
Yes. Muta. It's me again. Yeah, I didn't finish, but I was continuing. I called earlier.
Yeah, I remember,
and what I want to say to the family of Alan Skill Cole, his strength at this time. And celebrate life. Man lived a glorious life and do much. So we must celebrate life. Because all of us have a journey, So we celebrate life. And I want to then move on to you start the program, Muta. Yeah, man, right. You said something. People fall in love with politicians. And Muta, I want you to tell the people them why you say that.
Because when you fall in love with politicians, them can't do anything and get away with it because you love them. It's just that. Them do anything and get away with it because you see love powerful, So sometimes you forgive people because them do certain things, and sometimes you ignore what them are do wrong. And that is what really are going on here right now. Politicians do terrible things, and because you love them, you just go along with what them are deal with.
Yeah. So you just really now think.
No, them not, you can't think. Politics don't make you think.
Yeah. Basically, as Buffalo, Jamaican people move with only 30-something% come out to vote, 1, and 2, within the 30-something%. People who have displayed criminality over the past 8 years, I voted back in, and I'm baffled as a Jamaican. Because as a Jamaican of 68 years, I'm really baffled of how Jamaicans vote and how Jamaicans move. And I'm not talking about the politicians right now. I'm talking about the people of this country. The people of this country. Muta make you want move out of this country. And then the politicians make you want to move, And the people, they don't object, they don't nothing, they just lie down and play dead. And anyway, so we move on to this point, and so there has been an election and people have come in. And so it's like a refresh is going on right now. And the message I have to say to Jamaican people, wake up and stop playing dead. We need to look. Those who voted and voted in whoever them vote in them constituency, them need to look and say them people, them their work. Whether it be GLP or PNP, they must insist that they work. Jamaican people need to take back them power. They surrender their power. And feel like they can't do nothing. So they little 30-something% that vote, like myself, I'm very proud to say I'm voting up Muta. Because only 2 times in my 68 years of life, me vote. So I'm very proud to say that I vote. That you come out and vote because I saw my country being held hostage. I saw my people drowning. And we are drowning as a people. I work with young people, and my heart bleeds for our children in this country. I mean, I know if my children are adults now, so me not like your children, but we look at the grandchildren and the great grandchildren, But the people who have children, me wonder where are their heads. So I am appealing to all Jamaicans to wake up, stand up. Our environmentalists, our different sectors within our society to protect our society, push out and have petitions and have demonstrations we need to be a part of it. We don't have to look at it that we must go on block road and burn tire. No, we have elevated out of that. But we must get up and go out and block the road them. And if it means we not go to work, we boycott the work. And we make our demands, not only of the government, but also of the opposition. They need to know that their work starts from now, not 1 year before election. Whichever opposition that exists need to know they need to start working in their constituency. Everybody about money. Bring your people in a workforce and the people, give the people the power to contribute and to make life different, their life different within their community. That's where it starts. We don't have to be rocket scientists, Muta, not true?
Yeah, man, you don't have to be rocket scientist.
Hello?
Normal thinking.
Not true?
Yeah, you know.
What I want, a revolution? So, at that, I have to say to the Jamaican people, and I know what you say, let's not fall in love with the politicians.
Yes, give thanks.
Let's back off for that.
All right, Mama, give thanks.
And the next thing you mentioned was about devotion.
Oh, that well, them are forced to put them for the prayer, devotion.
I know that the first time I heard that, when me and you was about school, remember, we had devotion. I remember the children who were 7 days Adventists or Jehovah's Witness never needed to come into assembly. Not true.
Well, me don't know because I never used to do that when devotion I go on.
Oh, when me was there, and we never walked Rastafari at that time.
Yeah, we never walked Rastafari either, but we never got devotion.
We did go in a devotion, and me know, say, 7 days Adventists and Jehovah's Witness never needed to come in a devotion.
Thank you for
so
telling
when
me
you
that.
said this a while ago, I was shocked.
Yeah.
Or was it them?
I don't know. Thank you for telling me that. Say 7 days and Jehovah's never usually go devotion.
It never used to happen. Them never have to go devotion. And then time they wasn't talking about Muslim and Sikh and all the other. Man. And Rastafari. We weren't talking. They were just 7 days Adventist and Jehovah's Witness. And this is in high school. Between 71 and 77. In a high school. Them wasn't forced to come in. So the people that need to stop the crap.
All right, Mama. Give thanks. Hill.
Yes, Mota.
Blessed man.
Yes, man. I mean, Alpha God, man. The first time I call you.
The name what?
Listen me.
What is the Alpha God? Okay.
Alpha God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I will put destruction and go on for the black race now. And me saying at them time, yeah, the black man them now open their minds and get wise. You see me, them a vote and a vote for the puppet them because them people who them a vote for them not even running the show. It's bigger heads than them, controlling them and telling them what to do. The other day me here say this guy a swearing, the Prime Minister guy, and with the Governor General, and I'm going into a room and having some discussion.
Him not swearing yet.
Oh, I'm not swearing yet, but to have some private
meeting. Him have a meeting with him, but him not swearing yet.
All right. So this meeting him I got have with him. This is not a public meeting. It's a private meeting. So people now look into them things and say, okay, why am I having a private meeting with this man?
No, man, what do you mean why I'm having a private meeting? I'm have a private meeting with him because he might give the Governor General the rundown of who will run a ministry them. Who will be the minister of that. And him have to crown him as, well, not really crown him, the Prime Minister. Because that is the Governor General.
The map at 19, like
the head of state. The Governor General is the head of state.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is why I'm have a private meeting and not something where when them done that, them come and tell the people them who is the Minister of Finance, who's the Minister of that, who's the Minister of that.
To me, them think they are just show and propaganda thing to just blind the people. Them know what really is going on. Me know say them have to tell about minister and them something, but really and truly it's deeper than that. Much more deeper than that.
Where you think him going that far?
Them must go in there underneath them spell and them craft, man.
Which craft? Wait, no, hold on, man. Where you call going at the craft? For me, I understand what you're talking about.
For them craft, what them have to use to keep the people them astray.
What them do when them do? What is them craft? For that, may I ask you?
What they've been doing for generations, for 500 years.
Brethren, what is it that you call craft? Whatever craft.
Manipulation, being subjected to a race that is
the Governor General got locked up in a king's house and do that?
Yeah, continue with their same progress as what they've been doing.
So why you call it craft?
Because it's something what them doing that enough people don't know them doing it. So that's why it's a craft.
All right, sir.
And the next thing with the continent of Africa, we notice that every other continent, you have Asia, you have North America, you have South America, you have 7-something continent. But we notice that all of them, except for one, Africa is the only one. If you go to China, there's one Xi Jinping, him control the whole of China. If you go anywhere else, Russia, one man control the whole of that. When you go to Africa, you see Africa chop up into 50-something different countries because the white man do that. Say what? Conquer and divide from in a slavery time.
So where that's about Europe? Where that's about Europe? I know one man control Europe.
No, one man not control.
I know one man control South America.
But it's still under one regime.
No, Vietnam man. You just make a statement by saying Russia and China is a communist country them there.
Yes.
So when you say no, it's only Africa. Yeah, yes. People around the place.
Because Europe, Africa is a continent. Is a continent, but it's chopped up into so much different country. How come China is chopped up into so much different country?
But Europe is a continent and it's chopped up in a different country and a different people around it. I know one somebody run Europe.
Still one system because you have the European Union. It's still one system them under.
One system them under what?
The Bafferman said we one system.
One system in Europe? What are you talking about, man?
Who control Europe?
You tell me who control Europe. I don't know who control Europe.
Another Caucasian.
The Caucasian run Russia too.
Another slave masters.
Then the Caucasian run Russia too.
Yes, but Russia not too mixed up in the slave master thing like all the rest of them was. That is the big difference. Russia not coming like...
So want to South America?
South America?
I don't want somebody control South America.
No, but South America was a dumping land for the slaves. And most of the slaves them went to South America.
Most of the slaves don't go to South America.
Most of the slaves them from Africa, South America, them was distributed too.
All right. So you said no. The reason why that happens is because what? Because them don't want somebody to rule the continent.
That's why them divide and conquer. Because Africa should have just one leader, just like how China have one leader, Russia have one leader. The major continent them have one leader.
What you call major continent? Europe is not a major continent.
They said the major continent like North America.
Then then Europe is not a major continent.
So which one is the major continent? Africa is the most strongest continent.
And you are call out major continent, you know.
Right.
And you say, you know, mention Europe, and me I tell you say Europe is a major continent.
All right, so if we want to mention Europe, we can put Europe in there.
If we want to mention it. What I mean, if we want to mention it, I mention it.
So Europe. All right, but we're not going to shuffle with that.
It's
Europe
not one man control Europe. It's not one president. Europe not have one president.
But it's one system. One system with the said people them. All of them are still friends.
And China is what? China is what?
China communist. China is different.
Well, tell me why them different.
Because them are communists. That's why them different.
And South America is what?
Boy, depends on which part of South America.
No, South America is a continent.
Yeah.
So South America is what? Because you have communists down there, you have democratic down there. So South America is what?
So it's a mixture. As what you refer is a mixture. But at the end of the day, Africa is the main continent that control everybody. But them divide it because
Africa
they
control
know
everybody.
Oh, you mean so we all of the minerals and all of the resources and all of the education? Where all of that come from?
Brethren, you talk loose, you know, you talk loose.
All right.
You have to point out where you deal. You talk loose, man.
All right, straight
all of the mineral them in the earth come from Africa.
Mr. Majority.
Yeah. So what that mean?
So that is the riches of the earth. All of the oil, the diamond, the gold, the silver, all of the scripture, all of the religious artifacts, everything. Basically, Africa is the key.
You know, you say Guyana have more oil than Saudi Arabia.
Say that again?
Guyana, you know, you don't say them find more oil in Guyana than Saudi Arabia and them places.
That is possible, but majority of the minerals them come from Africa.
Like which one then in Africa we don't know Wales?
They say minerals scattered all over the world, you know.
No, me ask you which one of them. You said the best one them come from Africa. Me ask you which mineral in Africa we don't know else in the world but Africa. Me not say no exist, you know, but you tell me which mineral in Africa we don't know else.
Boy, I couldn't tell you.
Well, you must stop make loose argument if you don't know.
So tell me then. Let me
tell you. Are you a statement?
No. Basically, I want you to tell for the listener them also. I don't want you to keep it a secret. Well, but
I have no secret because I don't know. I ask you.
So we both we don't know, so we should research it then and find out.
No, you are made a statement and you must go research it before you come on the radio and talk. I never made a statement there.
That you tell people say you trying to make a point off of that alone?
Off of which alone?
That what you're just talking about now, about me should research. So everything else.
No, because you are telling me must go research and I know me I make the statement. Are you I make the statement?
No, man, it's not a statement. You said that something, so if you're more educated and you have the answer, you should say
more educated? Who said I'm more educated?
But that's the way you're acting.
Because I ask you a question when I don't know.
Yeah, because that don't sound logical. You're asking me something that you don't know. Then you
must
know
ask something when I know. How can where you come from? Me must ask something when I know.
Ask you. Because if you ask me something and you don't know.
Because I don't know why I ask you. Because
it's like if you play a trick. You play a fool ticket why?
No, man, you're lower your thinking, man. You're lower your thinking.
No, man, it's like you play fool for catch wise. Me no know.
Play fool for... Me ask you something me no know, and you tell me now, say, I trick you by asking you.
Yeah, because you want to get wise. Me no know. Because if you don't
then if you don't know why you say
it.
if you don't know why you say it.
No, listen to me now. If you ask a question...
Talk something else different, man. Talk about something else.
You want to hear an answer.
Talk somebody else. Talk about something else different. Because me tell you, say, me don't know why you got to tell me now, say, I know what I trick, me want to trick you.
And on that you try to, because you ask a question that you don't even know yourself. That don't make sense.
Because I don't know the question. Where the man come from? Where you come from? Where you come from, Bridget?
I come from the said place you come from.
So me no know something. And me ask you. And
no,
you say no, me must ask you.
No, you're trying to play trick.
No, but me don't know what you say. Me don't know what you say. Me ask you what you saying. So where you say me I try to trick you. Me not try to trick you.
You are going round.
I want to find out which mineral in Africa we don't know nowhere else. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you the same thing me don't know, so why you not move on to something different? Why you
you are extending it, and you are extending it, because you are telling me now, so me I trick you.
Yeah,
but me don't know
if you move on to something different.
Judging, me genuinely don't know which mineral in Africa that don't know nowhere else. Me genuinely don't know. I mean, hear you say it. Then so don't say it. Then don't say it like say you know. Where you say it like say you know for.
I tell you a long time I don't know in a motor.
No, it's you say it. Anyway, next argument.
Yeah, man. I hate that motor.
You have 1 minute. Eh?
Yeah, man. I hate that. Good talking, man.
Give down, yeah. Aye. I will be there, so oh, we can't play it because of 1 minute. Oh, we can't play it, yes? No, we can't play it. All right, we'll come up to the time. Why, may I tell you? A man says something and me ask him which part, where in Africa, where don't they nowhere else. Him say, I try to trick him because me know. Well, him know say me know. Me don't know. I genuinely don't know. Him says only Africa don't have one government. I mean, I say, but Europe don't have no one government. South America don't have one government. I mean, really. It's like the Virgin come and say 1 million, something like that. And I tell him, say, Virgin, you can't say 1 million. Him say, all right, he might exaggerate. Full stop. Him done. And this Virgin are coming over with the Aragon Sumarasta in the early morning or so. So there with you. Yes, Iel.
Yes, Mota.
Listen, man.
Yes, Mota. Yes, man, give thanks. Sometimes I call it, I'm glad to take that break there and cool off a bit, you know, and the call of them kind of, you know, because the more I reason with you about it, you know, more differently, you know?
Yeah.
But this whole matter sometimes in a motor, you hear him with a suggest. Sometimes when the man them call you, even if we don't like read and, you know, somehow we don't really, if someone audio book or something and do a synopsis or something and bring some information sometime or, I don't know, but I donate one laptop or one prize or something so the man we can give a good presentation, some type of thing we're uplifting, because, you know, otherwise the thing just wild. But the reason why I call it still, me get a shock recently when I share with you. Me download the app on him, TikTok, and, you know, have a virgin elder. But say, hey, listen to them money upon the live and very. So I go up on the live the first time, my first experience on this new technology thing, and the man said the man must bring some knowledge. So I realize really I go on, and it's like I check about 2 of them things. It's like I'm on the scope on him live, and them I represent for Jamaica, and them I represent the Rasta. and them I represent, and them I talk to people Africa about what Rasta is, and Congo Bongo, and it's like a whole movement where the man them just link up with the people them Africa and just get involved in a whole tribal movement. I don't know what spring it. It ever come to your attention?
No.
Well, basically what the man them I say ultimately is that some black people are no more than the problems in Africa. Africans are enslaved Africans and unalive Africans. And when we go join the live and bring up the facts, look, you can't bring up a subject matter like that without discuss the whole imperial and the colonizing and the whole designs on the continent where called Bantu people for shift and people to migrate north and south and all of these conflict we might be as a result, even we in the Western Hemisphere. So, our man have the conversation without context in a certain way, you know what I mean?
That is exactly like what a brother had a while ago. He have a conversation without context. He must have throw things wildly.
But in Badness about you have some man now, them go up on the Google and research it, and them come and show it the Google said. And it's still not no context. So the thing wild. In response to some of the man that call about the election and government, I don't really know nothing about that, so me can't speak on that. I'm not on the island right now. But the best thing where can happen at Jamaica is a centralized program where really, remember like when we used to have Jamal? We need a Jamal to really deal with the cultural awareness aspect, our development, how we approach the continent. You cannot approach it and say, war go on here, and that's our Highlar, all these things. But to really approach it from the cultural level, where you get into the cosmogony of the African mind, state of mind, as an escape from the Western anxiety. I think that's the most important approach where we could have right now. You know what I mean? Well, let me ask you, give me like 2 recommendations for like 1 book, 2 book, or audio book time now. So a man can read 3 books. But you say every man within the movement right now for just listen to them books. Yeah.
Them have it in an audio book too.
Of course.
Yeah, so that is a book we would recommend. Anything by Ben Buchanan. Right. But me, you mentioned in one interview now, Shake and the Job. Yeah, well, I wouldn't can mention but you say you 2, some of us say them 2, them would you can't talk about Shake and the Job too, I can't give a little more, The reason why I think the central within the whole thing in terms of how we approach the African continent is that it takes us right to the root, right? He never get too much into the language, but now we have other African scholars who actually teach the language, even me myself become a student. Which one language them? Which one language? The Medu Nature. Oh, okay. And within the keys, if you can unravel just the keys to the language, it unravels so much in terms of the frame of mind and the whole psychology and philosophy of African people and their own independent state of mind. That means before any of the Western European religion. Yeah. Right. So it becomes now we in the West, even though some of them might travel and go up on the continent and interact with Africans, even the Africans lost that rooted narrative and that worldview in our frame, you see? Yeah, them lose it. What about them? And sometimes them frame caught up within tribalism. And if we are going to approach the continent in order to fuel that, it just don't make no sense. So we have to go have we have to go have an approach. You understand? So we recommend certain a man right now, instead of sit down and listen to some vlogger
just kick back and listen to some harder book and your brethren them do and then
say the same thing too. That's why I start internet radio. We provide that audio books and lectures and all them something there. It does surround music. Maybe that's why it's not so popular like everything else, because our focus on that is not music, is audio books where we really give people opportunity to listen to some of the scholars, them African scholars and others too, where we think they make sense, and we push it out upon the internet radio. You know?
Yeah, we'll have to check it out on it. I don't know it, that one there.
Yeah, I don't know about it, but you see, I can't say the name part of
it. Yeah. All right, but really and truly.
No, I can't say, really. It's not because I don't want to the thing on radio, you know. It's where name, why I can't say it on the radio.
Okay,
it's a name of it, you know. It's one of them name where them say is a bad word.
Okay, oh, wow. More interesting.
If you rhyme grass with it, internet radio.
Okay.
Rhyme grass with it, internet radio. And that is what
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, one word or the next word on it?
No, you don't put grass, you know. I say, what rhyme with grass in the bad word vocabulary?
Got you.
So you say, that grass internet today, and then you log on and figure it out. You understand?
Right. But Muta, you see seriously something I try what we really bring forward right now. Otherwise, the next generation have no way. And like we have a community where you can go to the our established cultural places. It's like a big vacuum in the entire country, society, every community, every household in terms of cultural identity. And we have to realize before any one of the developed countries in the world become developed, then sort out that first. You ever see it?
We have to find out where, though. We have to find out where.
And I'm not have to know everything, but there's just some basics, because there's a lot of trickery. And, you realize that people get thrown off when it comes to Egyptology. So may I try to explain to the youth them the entire revision we had to take place within Egyptology. And, starting from Sheikh Anta Diop itself, but most of it done in the United States. And in Jamaica, the lived experience, me living in my teens, early 20s, right at the mesh, so certain experience me kind of miss out. So I have to learn it back from the elder them, and they had them reasons good all the while.
Yeah.
But that lived experience that you having at that age and the early development of Rasta movement, you document that in your book?
It's in there. I don't me document it. Me vocalize it to them and them write it.
I want a good source on that too,
Yeah, but what I say, me will record the two people that I just tell you about. When you talk about Egyptology, Benno Cannon is the one where me would have really.
Yeah, which one of them? Mother Civilization?
Any one of them, man. Any one of them.
You see strategy or match.
Because he's a Ethiopian,
Yeah. But you saw me speak to you now as an organizer and a strategist. And we have to start center the conversations around familiar literature. That means that all of we grow up and read this. You know what I mean? So it's all over the place. So I'm familiar with the text where I talk. We meet Dr. Ben one time, and I can tell you say it was an exciting point in my life,
We bring him down at 2 times.
Right.
I reckon bring him down at 2 times. But we have to move here.
All right, move.
Yeah,
but most, consider what I say. And let the man come with, challenge themselves and forward with something.
Yeah, we'll take a break and come forward. Break time.
Sure.
That my want?
Yes, look like that's your one. You make the man say my God and come and ask you things when I him for tell you things. When you say name God, what God again?
Eh?
The little brother there we are, I say where I said that we can't tell you say name God.
Anybody no can name God, man.
No, but me I wonder how he say my God and him come and ask you things when him should not tell you things.
Yeah.
The mineral man there from Africa. Well, you know, say you trick him to, you know.
What me do?
Then you are tell we all the well, I say the things, them all the things they make call plain engine and then something they come from the Congos.
No, when me ask him, say, he must tell me something.
Yes.
Tell me a mineral.
Yes.
Where don't come from Africa. Where no come from. Don't come from
Africa. We not come from nowhere else.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we come from.
It's a genuine question. Me ask him because me no know.
Yeah, simple question. But you tell him all the well, probably don't know a name, but him could have said, boy, some mineral will make plain engine and make cell phone and all these things because you educate them things to the people, them, you know. You see one make the people them know, you know. So I'm surprised you ask him now and you teach him, you know, and you ask him.
No, because maybe him know something we don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe, well, I don't know, you don't know, but maybe him know something we don't know. That's why I ask him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trick me, I try to trick him.
No, when we say trick till he must say.
No, I learn to, you know. I learn to, you know.
Yes, but when he must say you trick him, you're not trick him.
No, I'm not trick him. Him feel insecure.
You're not trick him,
I'm insecure, I'm feel insecure.
Yeah,
anyway.
Because when I mean if you say no more time, I mean if you say you're opening up enough people.
Yeah, me hear that. But me never did I try to trick him.
No.
Yeah.
You never did that try to trick him. But when I want to say to you still, you know, I hear you bring this man Alan skill call one night to open up a whole heap of people.
Oh, yeah, Alan, yeah. Me have an interview with him,
a whole heap of people where did have this myths about the King Bob Marley and him surrounding him death. Where they must say that this cause him death and that cause him death. I hear you interview Alan one night and he make it clear, you know, man, what really transpired in America there on the football field with the King.
Him tour.
Yes, with the tour and in collapse. Yeah. The man say, man actually dead in there hand, and I say, yes, because I don't know, you might not know the myths and hear the myths are surrounding him.
Yeah, what a conspiracy about it, say. Kill him, say, yes. I want doctor come and admit, say, I him kill.
Yeah, I understand all these things. Well, Alan, make it clear, and yes, me digest what Alan say, you know, because I'm not even going to say me believe, you know, because I believe is a myth to, you know, more a terrible thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, so as me I say, me really digest with Alan. Say, me want to say, I don't like use the word can in the motor. Don't like use the word, yeah. But you know, heart goes out to him and his family, them.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Great man, you know.
Are you that?
Yeah, man, that one.
All right, you thank him.
Yeah, man, we got the whole works of area for me here.
Yeah, man, Ira, blessed. More and play this. Let me say I can play it. It's not too long, admits. Yes, okay, I'm going to play it.
So Israel has a twofold immigration problem these days. First of all, there's refugees from Sudan that are in the country, and there's been a lot of agitation over that. Israelis protesting, marching, sometimes yelling at Sudanese women and men, and calling them a lot of bad words, basically say, Sudanese, go home, you're not welcome here, you're criminals. In one instance, shouting at them, you're whores, etc. Now, of course, there's an irony there. Israel was created because nobody would take in the Jews during the Holocaust. So that seems like an excellent justification, and the one that is used most often, understandably so, right? Now, the Sudanese have not been treated well, not just in Sudan, the ones that are fleeing, but also in Egypt and other Muslim countries as well. And a lot of them are Christian, and they're fleeing because they're being persecuted because of religious reasons. Now, you would hope that of all the countries in the world, Israel would understand that best. But that's actually the least of their immigration problems. They also have 130,000 Ethiopians. Now, in this case, the Ethiopians are Jewish, so it doesn't really matter. It's a Jewish state, so they should be welcome, right? Well, not exactly. The health ministry has just admitted that they were doing forced sterilization of Ethiopian women, even though they're Jewish, as they were coming into the country. Now, thank God the sterilization is not permanent, but it did last for a long time. In fact, over the last 10 years, the birth rate among Ethiopians in Israel has dropped by 50%. Now, you don't have to speculate as to why. As I just told you, Israel's health minister has admitted they did the program, and in fact, he sent out a note saying not to renew prescriptions for Depo-Provera for women of Ethiopian origin if for any reason there is concern that they might not understand the ramifications of the treatment. I don't think the issue was that they didn't understand the ramifications of the treatment. The issue was as they were coming in, they were told they had to get that shot. Sometimes they were lied to and said, oh, yeah, it's a vaccination and it's going to help you with your health. One of the women that were interviewed, the 30 different ones saying the same thing, was quoted as saying, quote, they told us they are inoculations. They told us people who frequently give birth suffer. We took it every 3 months. We said we didn't want to. Look, Israel's not the only country with racism. I mean, look at the United States of America. We had slavery here, and problems of racism still exist in this country, as well as many other countries. But that is really embarrassing. I mean, if you're going to be a Jewish state and then you do this to fellow Jews, what, just because they're African? Because they're black? Oof. People of Israel should be livid over that. And I wish they were also livid over the Sudan situation. Unfortunately, a poll out is really frightening. 52% of Israelis say that African asylum seekers are, quote, a cancer. That's 52%. That's the majority. And 1/3 of Israelis said that they support violent attacks on Africans seeking asylum. That is a terrible number. Terrible.
Yes. And that clip where we just play was years ago. Years ago, them said that. So you must know, say, believe you me, Israel. I don't understand why the preacher them a preach, you know, them a take up for the Israel because Jesus will come back and December will come back. I tell you. So for them, God choose a set of people, you know, wrong or right. Him say, it's film people, them that. So I like how we have to know we don't have a chance with God. Because him choose the people them already. 12,000 from each tribe. A serious thing. 100 in a Revelation. 144,000. 12,000 from each tribe. When you fit in it, who will listen to me, we want to fit in that. You better watch yourself and watch who you are pray to. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, blessed.
Blessed man.
Yeah. I think the call I will call, you know, we might try to show you, sir. You know, the system in Europe, you know, I just one system like how them have NATO, and it's a thing where them combine, seeing them always unite for your cause.
Yeah, but it's not all of the country, not all the country in Europe, in a NATO, you know.
Yeah, but most of them.
No, well, most is not all, let me
about
say.
27 of them.
Most of it is not all of them.
Yeah, but you'd have to say, well then, at this couple, when I unite, you see it, and when I try to show it says that the same system and Spain were colonized as slave South America. Seeing a fight, South America fight, you know. That's why the change is going on South America, you know. Cause Spain and Portugal, you know. Seeing are the most enslaved South America, you know. You see, you find British
Portugal especially.
Yeah. Portugal responds to the whole of Brazil. You know?
Brazil is the largest concentration in Africa and outside Africa.
See, Spain responds to Mexico and all of the Spanish country, them. All of the influence, you understand? Yeah. So when I try to show you, say, are the same thing like Africa, like how them get together and share up Africa. See? Germany and them come late, but you know, you'd say England, seeing France, seeing and most of them, seeing, but them still have a thing with them unite. Them all use and fight Russia, you know. See? The NATO thing, you know. See? So at that system there, that's the man I should say. At the same system. At that time I try to show.
Same system of what? Wait, hold on. What kind of system you talk about?
No, I must show you say, like them unite. You get the level me I say.
Yeah, but I know all of Europe united in NATO.
Yeah, but my general, I know you know me I talk about. You know. All of Europe
Russia,
unite.
which continent Russia in?
Russia and Asia.
Apartheid.
Yeah, Russia and Asia.
Yeah.
See?
And Russia have a communist country. It's a communist country.
I'm going to tell you now. Asia and Europe connected, you know. See, right now, it's just white men. Them want say them have a continent too. See, but a one continent that, you know. See, in Europe, me I say Europe and Asia same way. See, our Asia and Europe same way. It's a giant continent.
China and Asia.
See, our China and Asia same way. See, in India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, all understand them. See, but I know what I try to say still. See, as a man, me know what I try to say. But, you know, when I get back now, when I say about the mineral thing, now, that's so complicated my argument, you know. See, but you know what I try to say, man. I try to say the same system. They work on the same system. Because the whole of them are the same cost, you know. See, share up Africa, you know. And if you notice right now, France, them, that's why when Charlie, this little brother Charlie, you know, he might mash up and he might show the next country, them say, yo, we can't make it on our own, you know, and if we unite, a bigger thing too. See, if Africa unite, you know, have no United States around no place again, you know. See, if Africa unite the right way, you know. See, and China, then the whole of them would have go join. Have go join in. See?
All right. You know, say them have a thing named BRIC. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. BRICS them call themselves. You know about it, right?
Yeah, man, I know the BRICS, man.
All right. Yeah. So now, that is a block like what you call the UN. Or you call the AU.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So, them is very active right now. Them active against America. Especially India and Russia.
That is not a war block. That's an economical block, you know.
No, a war block.
Yeah. You can't say that still, but that's about the economy. Yeah.
Tariff a war. Hey, watch out. Trump tariff a war in my region, you know.
Yeah, war, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Economical or whatsoever.
Economical, yeah.
It's a war. So me I say now, with that understanding, with China, as opposed to China and South Africa, are linked with Brazil, and China is definitely a so-called communist country, and Russia is a communist country, but them link up with some country where is not communist.
Yeah.
And make a black for themselves. So now, how would we now navigate the whole of that in relationship to white people, which is European, who were in slavery, until yet now we have white people in the black, what we call BRIC, with black people and Chinese people. How we navigate that?
That's what I tell you, say, that economic, them do that. Remember saying, no, America move like in the powerhouse, you know. See, when it come on to economics, you know. See, so that's why them do that. But if you notice India, see, India, the whole of India is a neutral pan a level there, you know. For no war business, you know. See, no for them man they are going to stay back on themselves, you know.
No for which man them?
Like all India now go involved in a war.
But India and Pakistan in a war now.
Yeah, that's a Pakistan and neighbor a long time a war they are going. That
Yeah,
war they are
but
going
when I say it intensify with the brother name Trump. Trump take side with Pakistan and them. And the Indian them say, hey, you take side with Pakistan, you what we going to do? We going to take side with China them.
Yeah, and it's a psychological again, that's why I tell you say them a break down Trump in a every rise. Seeing car the people them sensible, them people are sensible, the whole of Asia people are sensible. You see, them know, you know, say Trump always use a little man with a close to you, you know. Seeing forget to you, you know. Just like when I use Taiwan, seeing. Just like when I use Taiwan.
The Chinese them say China.
Forget to the Chinese them. And them use the war we are going in a Ukraine now. See, forget to Russia. See, a week him say much like Russia.
You think of that tomorrow? He might use
Iraq. They might do that, man, but I general them, man. Them know them are doing it. Remember I said the man, anytime the man always strike and then say them never know or then them inform you, you know.
I feel say respect Russia more than him respect Ukraine.
Him respect Russia because him have a class to rule like Russia, to rule like Putin.
That's what I say. We no matter the reason. I say him respect Russia more than Ukraine. Because the things he say to Ukraine, him now go say to Russia.
Yeah, but him go do that because remember, you know, a big stone, you know, so you have to find big stone, talk to big stone with respect. See, but like all Ukraine or Ukraine are a little middle, so they just use them and use Ukraine. You see, so Ukraine have to just take it use and anything what them say. And seeing, but at the same time, you might use Ukraine, seeing for we Russia on the level there. Seeing have Russia under.
Trump I use Ukraine for weak in Russia.
Both Trump and Europe, man.
No, I don't agree with that.
And there's Trump alone in Europe, you know.
Yeah, but I don't agree with that.
On a whole, you know. Trump only talk, you know.
Yeah, but
remember Trump still has been weapon of Ukraine, you know.
Of course.
Most of the weapon, yeah, then that me I tell you, says I use thing. See? But them know what them are do. See? But black people know, in a black people self know black people must develop Africa. Africa must develop. See, now we develop Africa that we have all the weapon and we have everything. Seeing where we can defend ourselves. Seeing at that level there, no. Seeing so right now, no black country in the world now have nuclear weapon. You know that.
Yeah, well,
don't have a nuclear weapon.
Well,
you know
Nelson
that.
Mandela did match up the one with them have.
Eh? South Africa.
Yeah.
No, man, they not dismantle that, man. When you under the same.
You know, man, listen to me. Yeah. Nelson Mandela did destroy that.
No, them make assignment say before Nelson Mandela become president. Saying when him become president, he have to dismantle it. Saying
but that say, but no, that just say, man. Nelson Mandela is gone with that, Lego that.
So
nuclear weapon.
So all the things set up here now. Saying for them thing, them know what them are do. Saying but on a level now, as when that say, him that say the caller there is not such a bad caller still, you know.
Who said a bad caller? I never said a bad caller.
Oh.
Want to know, my thing with him is that I want to know what is it that in Africa, mineral Africa, where other people don't have.
Oh, so him could have just, at least him could have.
But him I feel say, I try to trick him with the question. Because I mean, no.
Yeah, but it's just a reason. It's just a reason.
I ask him genuinely time I say, Africa have all of the mineral them. And I said, all right, so tell me one of the African mineral them where Africa have, where the other country them not have. Simple.
Yeah, but Africa have them no fun. Africa have them no fun the other country them, but most of the mineral them
I'm not talking about no fire, you know. I'm talking about one of the mineral where in Africa.
A mineral that Congo now, wait, I don't remember, you know.
Wow.
I have to recheck it.
Where the mineral? Where the mineral name?
Black, some black something there. Where the name?
Colton?
Yeah, the Colton. Yeah.
No, man, I don't go in Africa, Colton, them, man. Anyway, we have to move, though. We have to move.
Yeah.
We have to move. All right? Call back tomorrow. Yeah, this is the cutting edge. When I say call back tomorrow, call back a little more from 2 o'clock to 5:45 with the stepping razor, the art of war.